Hello, everyone, and welcome to Networking Essentials, an introduction to computer networking and really technology in general. And I think with the cloud computing and all the Wi Fi connections, that computer networking in particular can be a benefit for people to understand and take precaution when connecting to the Starbucks Wi Fi, for instance, and looking at their bank account. So, here we're looking at the course, and hopefully this is easy to navigate for everyone, but we'll take a look, for example, in week one. So there is a general layout for each module. There's 8 weeks, 8 modules, and they'll all include a quiz and a discussion, and then some supplementary resources as well as primary, and then an assignment for you to finish, and there will be some walkthroughs and some of them that are more difficult. But let's look at week one instructions, for example, and everything should be accessible from here. There's going to be links to everything, so you could really just complete this entire week looking at this page right here. And so there's reading, so there is a work through document right here that explains binary to decimal conversions. And this is a difficult concept, but it's very important in computing because this is how computers work, and you'll be able to determine what computer network you're on, for example, and you'll know if as soon as you get to Starbucks, you'll be able to recognize that you're not on your home network anymore. And then there's a few more links here that can be copy and pasted that'll help you understand. I also did a 3-minute video myself to just quickly explain and hopefully make it more simple to understand. And then you can go right into the quiz, and the quizzes are all 5 questions. You get 30 minutes to take it, and these aren't designed to determine your grade. They're just here to help you understand what concepts you need to revisit or get a general understanding of what you know and what you should look into. On week one, there's also a packet tracer install and Wireshark install links. These will be used in later modules. And for the packet tracer, they're both free, but for packet tracer, you'll have to sign up with Cisco and get that installed to do the simulations. And then let's move on to week two. Week two is reliant on week one understanding binary because there will be some subnetting. The subnetting will help you learn your network, your default gateway, and your subnet mask just from looking into the command prompt, which the command prompt is also an activity. And I've tried to make these activities really learning lessons more than something to confuse or have you have trouble with it. So I'm even giving you the commands, and the idea of this assignment right here is to open your command prompt and determine what your IP address is, your subnet mask and gateway, and then you'll ping Google, and as long as you're connected to the internet, you'll see what a successful reply is. And then there's also a link. Professor Messer has made the best subnetting video I know of, so I just went ahead and put a link to that. And let's go back and take a look at week three. Week three is the OSI model. The OSI model is used throughout IT, and it's a layered model to understand how to describe what is happening to another technician. So let's take a look at OSI model simplified. I made this document just to make it super easy to understand what these 7 layers are. So for example, layer 1 is called the physical layer, and this is all the hardware such as cables and connectors and things that don't have software, but they are the connections for the devices. The data link layer, that is used on your LAN, so anything that doesn't go out to the internet can use MAC addresses. The network layer, that is your logical addressing, which is IP addressing and gets you out to the internet. And those 3 layers are going to be the most important in networking because beyond that, there's more of things interacting with applications. Transport layer will look at port numbers and things like that that are also important in communication. The session layer is when you see a download changing how much information it's getting at one time. That's called windowing. So that's what this layer does is it helps with the communication to the distant end. Presentation is where it first starts interacting with the user, and there's protocols such as JPEG and GIF that everyone should be familiar with that help you look at pictures or short videos. Application layer, that's the top layer, the final one that interacts with the internet, and that's HTTP, so that's how you browse the internet, is on the application layer. And then week 4, we move into actually learning the devices. So switches, for example, work at layer 2. They're very fast at moving traffic, but they don't get you out to the internet. And again, we can go to the instructions and see the videos and the activities. You can get to the quiz. So this will be another activity for this where all we're trying to do is look at the MAC address and determine what that is. There's also several names that the MAC address is referred to by. And then week 5, we move up to layer 3 and take a deeper look into routers and configuring IP addresses. And let's take a look at the activity. So this one, we're going to run a trace route, and this shows you the output of my trace route. And for this assignment, you're going to determine what is the first IP address that gets you out to the internet. You can see these 192.168 IP addresses are within my internal network. And then week 7, this is the fun week where we start using Packet Tracer and going through the simulations. And if we take a look at the instructions, there's an overall video that Cisco put out for using Packet Tracer, and then I did 2 walkthroughs to make these assignments super easy. So you should be able to follow along with the video and complete these 2 assignments, and that'll show you how routers work and how things get out to the internet. And then week 8, I'm also excited about because this is Wireshark, and Wireshark is actually a tool that network engineers use to troubleshoot their network. And this is really to show you how something that's made with good intentions can also be used maliciously. And a hacker could go to Starbucks and run Wireshark and see traffic and see what websites you're visiting and look into all the traffic that people are connecting to on that network. And so this is a warning. Don't run Wireshark at Starbucks. If they have security in place, they could detect that, and maybe you're going against their service agreement. And so that's the entirety of the course. It's just to introduce you into all these concepts. And then another important thing to take a look at is the syllabus. And this also gives you a overview of the course, my background, and here's the goals and learning objectives all laid out per week. And then you can also see the assignments and grading. So this also reiterates that each week there's a quiz and a discussion. And the files tab could also be a good resource for you to take a look at all the files I've uploaded. There are some pictures in here, but there's also access to all the videos that have been put on. The quizzes, all the quizzes are available through here. But overall, navigating should be really easy. You should be able to go to the home page, and within the instructions, links to all these assignments are there. So that's it for the course, and I hope you enjoyed this and find it informative, and let me know what you think.